The drama at Mettet started before Heat 1. In free practice, Alex Danielson tried an alternative line over the curbs at the end of the back straight, and in the process destroyed his front suspension, firing the strut up through the bonnet. The rain was starting to threaten as Heat 1 got underway. Mattias Ekström was in the very first race of the day and banked a time which would not be beaten as the conditions deteriorated. Petter Solberg had a bad start in his race. He then ran wide in the Joker lap and was bottled up behind De Bourg. The world champion eventually showed his class, making a great pass and taking the win with a time that was good enough for second overall. For the rest of the field, things were more difficult. Liam Doran initially looked to be continuing his great qualifying form from Hockenheim, but he hit the same curb and the same problem as Danielson had earlier. Timur Timosyanov was quite simply taken out by Tamas Karai in his race. Karai was excluded from the heat as a result. Double podium finisher Timmy Hansen had his share of bad luck too. After contact at the hairpin, the 208 was left with broken front suspension, and the quick-thinking Swede was on the radio immediately to give the team enough warning to get the car repaired for a fast-approaching Heat 2. Hansen repaid the team at the off in Heat 2. He did what Ekström had done earlier and in the very first race set a time that couldn't be beaten. Liam Doran's car was also back to full health. The British bomb duly won his race too, though with a few seconds off the pace of Hansen as the rain increased again. Current European champion Robin Larsson was on an absolute flyer on his run until he misjudged his entry speed for the gravel chicane at the back of the circuit and dropped his Audi to last place. Timur Timosyanov was left to pick up the pieces. Behind him, Francois Duval and Jérôme Grosjean took great heat times to sit first and second overnight in the Euro RX standings. Topi Häkkinen took an early joker in his race to avoid heavy traffic. It turned out to be a masterstroke when the majority of the field tangled in their joker on the final lap. Topi was on top, while Tommy Rustad was on top of the tyre bales. A busy start to the final heat race of the day saw Johan Kristoffersson rather unfortunately far off his Euro RX teammate Vibe. Meanwhile for Petter Solberg it was business as usual as he took a clear race win and with it the overnight lead.
I had a problem with the center, so I couldn't use the handbrake in the tight corners, so I really struggled. And then I was just happy to have the fifth fastest time in the heat and leading overall equal with Mattias. You know, very pleased with that, with these small problems. So bigger attack in the third heat.
Here's how they stand after Heat 2. Petter Solberg and Mattias Ekström on equal points, but Solberg with the better results is on top of the standings. Then it's Häkkinen, Bakker, Genet, Kristoffersson, Andersson and Stoll. Timosyanov, Linnarud, Nitish and Markland, while just outside are Hansen, Doran and Larsson.